This section deals with newborns to children who are almost old enough to not need a booster seat. The graphics show you where to find information regarding laws and guidelines for your state. State laws and guidelines for child safety seats and booster seats vary greatly. You see an example for New Jersey here. Please remember to look up information for your own state. The information provides weights and ages in many cases. It is your job as a parent or guardian to know the law regarding child safety seats. Installation of child safety seats is an ongoing problem. I recently spoke to an expert who told me that the majority of child safety seats are not installed correctly. All approved child safety seats come with installation instructions. Please read the instructions and make sure your child's safety seat is installed correctly and safely. When it comes to newborns, it's all about safety. Their little bodies cannot stand the kind of jolting or impacts an adult can. Please be aware that child safety seat position is critical, and with very young children, head support is extremely important. A newborn's head weighs too much for its undeveloped neck muscles to support. Even something like heavy braking or quick evasive maneuvers can cause injuries, so being aware of everything around you in order to have the time you need to react smoothly to driving situations is even more important with a very young child in the vehicle. All the experts I have spoken to say the same thing. Always make sure you follow the manufacturer guidelines and instructions for your child's safety seat. This is especially important when it comes to the age and weight a child can stop using their safety seat. Don't take children out too early. Another point I learned from a child safety seat expert is this. As you can see from the graphic, a good indicator about when a child can be put in an adult seat and seatbelt is when the length of their leg from the back of the knee to the lower back is the same as the distance from the front of the vehicle seat to the back of the vehicle seat. Because if not, there is a greater danger of them submarining under their lap belt. Also, the experts say an infant safety seat placed in the rear seat of a vehicle and facing to the rear is the safest way for infants to travel. But again, follow the seat manufacturer instructions for specific information and to also learn when would be the correct time to turn the seat around to face front. Research is now showing the moment parents turn a child's car safety seat around to face front, they are learning distracted driving choices and behaviors by watching parents drive. Children as young as 4 years old are well aware of parents using phones while driving, yelling at other traffic, rolling through stop signs, and many other distracted and dangerous driving choices. If children drive with the same distracted driving habits as their parents when they start to drive, then they are going to be massively more dangerous and vulnerable because they have no skills and no experience at that time. Sadly, the driving test in the US is too easy to help, and this is not going to change. It is up to all parents to make the necessary changes to protect their children, and the Parent Driving Zone DVD will help. If you think your child might be too young to pick up dangerous driving habits, please think again. All parents want to protect their children, and now is the time to be thinking about this and taking action. Recent brain development research shows the best education and prevention time relating to distracted and dangerous driving choices and behaviors happens before a child is 11 years old. Anything related to this after age 11 is more intervention than prevention. Don't ever leave an infant unattended in a vehicle ever, especially when it's hot outside. There have been many completely avoidable tragedies involving infants being left in hot vehicles. In many cases, this kind of tragedy involved distractions, such as phone calls, and people just forgetting the child was left behind. Don't let this happen. Think and stop trying to multitask in your vehicle. Research is showing that many parents are now leaving children in car seats for extended periods of time, even when they are not traveling in a vehicle. Parents, please read the manufacturer guidelines to make sure you are not leaving your child in the car safety seat for too long. There is a common cause of many crashes that I want to bring up right here. It involves drivers turning around while driving and losing control of a vehicle. The reason many parents turn around is to try to deal with a situation involving their children in the back seat of the vehicle. If a problem in the back seat requires any more attention than your voice, please find a safe place to stop your vehicle and then deal with it. You can find more information regarding young children and potential driving distractions in the Driving Zone 2. Key point: don't forget the rear of your vehicle. You must protect the rear of your vehicle from impacts. If you need a reminder, please go back and look at the Part 2 section on dangers of smartphone device use at red lights to find more information on protecting the rear of your vehicle. The teaching of mobility and traffic safety knowledge is becoming more and more common in elementary and middle schools. If your child comes home from school talking about your distracted driving, don't tell them it's okay for you to do it because you have more driving experience. Please understand, it will be your own children who will be way more dangerous and vulnerable when they start to drive if they have watched and learned from your distracted driving choices. Just don't do it. Remember, your children are learning from you the second you turn the car safety seat around to face front. The information in this section came from numerous research articles and my own experience. It also incorporates important points raised by several experts in this field who I have spoken with. If you have questions or would like to learn more, I strongly suggest looking at the websites listed for more information.